There was a bear kept in a cage. And this bear, let's say the cage was 20 feet. The bear was walking up and down the cage. If you see bears in a cage, you will see this mannerism. That they'll walk, turn, come this way, turn, go back. It would walk up and down in the cage. And somebody with good intention lifted the cage, saying, poor animal is stuck, take the cage off. And the cage was taken away, and the bear was walking only 20 feet. Walked there, turned, came back. Walked here, turned, came back. The cage is not there, actually. For the bear, it was still there. It is developed, and it lives in that space. It doesn't see beyond. Most of us also do that. We have set ourselves in some pattern, and we don't see it beyond. That's why some basic questions we should have clarity. What is the best thing you can do with your life? What can you consider as the best accomplishment of your life? Fine human being, isn't it? That's a very fine human being. You live a happy life and you make others happy, fine. Before you came, we were discussing, being a fine human being, is it a goal of human life? Or there is more to that? What can you consider as the best accomplishment in your life? Moksha, realization of yourself. Because if I'm in a dream, and I'm moving in the dream, the best thing for me would be to wake up from the dream to my own self. That would be the best accomplishment. I'm in a dream and the dream looks so real to me, and I can go around achieving hundreds of things in the dream. Can be a fine dreamer, isn't it? A very fine dreamer. Harmed nobody. Whoever came, the dreamer took care of them well. Made all happy. And he also followed the rules of the dream. And lived a fine dreamer. And died. No. A dreamer cannot be, dying in a dream like that is not, the dreamer has to wake up basically. You wake up to yourself. So for a dreamer, the best would be the dream to end and realize he's a waker. For us also to know we are divine. Not just to know information, experience. We have to experience we are divine, we are eternal self, not the body, not the mind, we are eternal self. Waking to that would always be the best accomplishment you can do. Because it's your life. And best thing we can do with that is wake up. First. Second best, in my analysis, is help others to wake up. Be part of such programs which can help others to wake up, because they are lost in a dream and you guide them out. So you have a goal, you're moving towards that, and help others to wake up. That would be the better, second good accomplishment. Third, find your swadharma. What is that you're having naturally? Your swadharma, your swabhava, find it. Because that will keep you in the world a person of eminence and a person of achievement, a person of satisfaction. Swadharma. This comes to me very naturally, my inner calling. I find myself ever inspired whenever I get into that zone. As a child also, I felt myself inspired. As a youth also, I felt myself inspired. Whenever I'm in that zone, I'm highly inspired. Try and model your life around it. You will feel more happy. So, in my understanding, third best would be recognize, follow your swadharma, your passion. What is your passion? Follow that. Third best. Fourth best would be develop sattvic qualities, sattvic habits. Because they are good. That is the layer from which you can go to divine quickly. Develop sattvic habits. Be around the sattvic qualities, good habits, spiritual inclination. What you call as good samskaras. Overcome restlessness and overcome lethargy. Stay cheerful. All these are sattvic qualities. These four we should keep in mind. Apart from that, anything else we achieve, we go back to that definition what Krishna said, anityam asukam lokam.
Sanjay, for the majority of the people I would say that I've met, it's good enough to be a fine human being. So how do you make somebody, what motivates somebody to become divine then?
See, being a fine human being is compared to the world around, that's a nice thing to do. You understand? I came here, I have not harmed anybody, I achieved, I am happy. And I continue my life this way. I'm just fine. And I understand one day death would come, I'll go. Anybody would agree to this. But is that all life about? Is that all? So one layer you have to make them think. And then they understand saying, being a fine human being just can't be my goal. Yes, I would lead a fine human being. I'll adopt my swadharma, swabhava, everything, and be a fine human being, but that can't be my goal. Being a good person is not being spiritual. One quality of spirituality is being good, but that's not all. Just being good is not being spiritual. So many people are there, very good people. He lived a good life, good person, died as a good person. The race is not over. Awakening has not happened. So that's important. So majority in the world would say, this is enough for me. But there are few people. Like Gurudev gives an example. In the flow, everybody will go. Few would turn against the current. And when he speaks about Shankara, he says, Shankara was one of those. He did not go in the flow, he turned and he said, let me go to the source. Now it's going to be very challenging, swimming against the current. But few people think. So most people will say, this is it. What is wrong in all this? Why do I need all this? In fact, we don't need spirituality at all. See, how many times people come and say, can you teach meditation? They ask me, can you teach meditation? Why? Why you want to meditate? Why you want to meditate? What answer do you think people will give? I'm stressed in my office. There's so much of pressure. Give me a method by which I'll be quiet. Let me be a little peaceful. Is this the objective of meditation? Is meditation meant for this alone? If you meditate, this is a side effect. You would get this. You would be peaceful. You would know to respond, but that's a side effect, not the main goal. So, but this is what people want. I want to meditate. You teach me meditation so that I'm not disturbed. So, all that people want is no disturbed life. Let things go smooth. How many people have got this in life? Okay, to some extent, smooth things go on. That's not fulfilled. I was a fine human being and I died a fine human being. What happens next? Be born again. So that's operational from ignorance only. They have managed to maintain certain values and be a fine human being, but it is still ignorance. That's why when you put certain questions to them, they are very disturbed. Because they thought this is all I should be and built on these values forever. You say, hey, this can't be goal of life. What do you mean this can't be goal of life? All these years I wasted my life? That way. So these four, if we keep in mind, I wake up, I help others to wake up, I live by my passion. Third. Fourth, cultivating sattvic habits. This is as best way of life would be all this. Because there are so many people who have found their Swadharma and lived very happy because they are very fine, but still that is still ignorance only. If without knowledge, following your Swadharma is no use. You will be a successful human being, but still human being. You as a human is only one part of you. You as divine is complete. You do not identify with the divine, you identify with one part of yours, which is human. And I live as a human. Swadharma also, people who follow their passion, there are so many people. I have seen musicians absolutely passionate, great success in the field of music, very happy playing it, but still ignorant. But the same guy, had he got this knowledge and he followed his passion, it would have been a different person. You were to ask something. Expectation.
No, it was about the world. When you said that the world can't give permanent joy because that's the nature of the world, I was wondering if it's actually the nature of our mind that we are unable to find permanent happiness in the world because we get bored too soon. It's us which is the problem. Versus world, if we really wanted to find happiness, if we can tune our mind, we should be able to.
No, there are certain things in the world which is created, not only because of our mind, it is created anityam. It is created only to be anityam. It's not forever. Like for example, body is anityam. Different achievements are anityam. So it is created that way only. The world itself is created that way, anityam. Therefore, it can't be sukham. It has to be only limited sukham. Because it is anityam, impermanent. How can an impermanent object ever give permanent happiness? When an object is designed impermanent, it is a straight law that impermanent object cannot give permanent joy. Asukham, that's why he says it's not a permanent. If this nature I understand, from the world what happens, then I would understand, saying, this is how the world would be, and this is how the world was. I adjust inside in my responses to the world. If there is no way towards divinity, scriptures are no use. All our whole life is a waste, whatever we are doing, isn't it? For what? What is Chenmaya mission for? We are wasting our time, isn't it? But we teach people to be fine human beings. That anybody can do. Parents can do that. Organization is not needed for it. Balvihar or Yuva Kendra, none of them are needed if we have to. Our goal is only to be a fine human being. Why do you need someone to guide you? You can be. So, fine human being cannot be our goal. I have to experience divinity. Yeah.
The second item you mentioned was helping people realize divinity. How do one do that? Or how would you possibly do this regarding divine state?
Let us say a person who has experienced divinity, he has reached a particular point, he can show others how to get there. You would have walked few steps, you can help others to walk those few steps. That much you can do. And even if I have not experienced the truth, the book which I speak, let's say Gita or Upanishad, speaks about it. Knowledge on that can make a person think. So when you introduce Upanishad literature to someone, he reads it, his thinking changes. So there again you have ignited a person's thinking about the higher. That is a way of guidance. You are also on the path, seeking, and you have ignited another mind to seek. That way. So you wake up, and if I have not woken up, yes, waking up is my goal. Till I wake up, what should I do? I can help others to wake up. Introduce one more person. Because no matter what I achieve in the dream, what will happen? In one shot, it is gone. On this only, everyone has put all their efforts, isn't it? Did you all ever do this workshop on Matrix here anytime? You watched the movie and went on into it? Oh, we have done 10 years old movie this is, 10, 12? 15. But even today I would rate that up. Like 15 years ago I have done workshops on this. Across many places. Maximum workshop would be only on this movie which we have done, but it makes you think. It really makes you think, presented in today's language. The same idea, it comes out in today's language, you get the word correctly. How much conditioned one is and all that. There again you see what they were trying to do. The few who woke up were trying to wake up others. Isn't it? And those who have not woken up and they're trying to find the one, they were trying to help others out, isn't it? All the potentials they had is only trying to wake up people. So any person who is aspiring for that would very naturally inspire others, saying, wake up, come on.